There is a unique stillness when you hunt something that's also hunting you. The air feels charged, as if every tree and shadow is holding its breath, waiting to see who will make the first move. In this world, silence is not just the absence of sound, it's a living, breathing presence that surrounds you. Every sound, a rustle, a snap, a shift in the wind, could mean survival or danger. In these moments, you don't just walk through the woods, you become part of them. The forest is no longer just a backdrop, but a living entity that you must learn to move with, not against. Your breathing slows, your movements sharpen, and your senses stretch beyond the obvious. You notice the smallest details, a bent blade of grass, a faint scent on the breeze. This is the world of the tracker, where the enemy is a ghost, felt, not seen. The forest records every action, and the air is thick with unspoken questions. Where are they? Are they aware of me? Each step you take is a conversation with the land, a careful negotiation between presence and invisibility. You're not driven by fear, but by respect for the wild and the adversary within it. The silent hunt is a test of patience and perception. It's a challenge that demands humility, reminding you that you are never truly in control here. You search for absence, for the subtle disturbances left behind. The tracker knows everything leaves a sign. The challenge is learning to read the story written on the forest floor. Each mark, each broken twig, is a clue in a puzzle only the patient can solve. You begin to sense the rhythm of the place, reading its signals, a bird's call, a sudden silence. The hunt begins not with sight, but with the certainty that you're on the right path, following a trail only you can see. In this silent world, intuition becomes your greatest ally, guiding you deeper into the unknown. Before you can spot a disturbance, you must know the baseline, the untouched state of the wild. This is the original canvas, the way nature arranges itself when left alone, undisturbed by human hands or sudden events. A tracker memorizes how the forest looks, feels, and sounds at peace. Every detail, from the gentle rustle of leaves to the distant call of a bird, becomes part of their mental map. It's about noticing the ordinary so the extraordinary stands out. The subtle patterns and rhythms of the wild become familiar, making any change immediately apparent. The way leaves settle, moss grows, or a spiderweb glistens, these are your reference points. Even the smallest details, like the direction of a bent blade of grass, can matter. Without this knowledge, clues blend into chaos. The forest becomes a jumble of meaningless shapes and sounds. A single overturned leaf or a stone with fresh earth is a sign, not a random act. These subtle shifts are the language of the wild, waiting to be read. The baseline is your dictionary. Without it, the signs are meaningless. It's the foundation for understanding every story the forest tells. Learning it takes time, watching, absorbing, and understanding the habits of wildlife and the effects of weather. Patience and careful observation are your greatest tools. Only by knowing the normal can you spot the abnormal, the single note that betrays the unseen, revealing the hidden stories of the forest. Once you know the baseline, every deviation becomes a shout. A broken twig, fresh and bright, reveals recent passage. Its height hints at who or what broke it. Displaced stones, crushed foliage, and bruised leaves all tell stories. Direction, weight, urgency. Even insects scurrying from a shifted stone are clues. During Noitu, Allied trackers could follow enemy patrols for days, reading the faintest disturbances. A scuff on a log, a vine pushed aside or muddied water. Each is a breadcrumb. The language of disturbance is universal, from Borneo's jungles to Europe's forests. Even the best-trained soldiers leave tiny mistakes, a thread on a thorn, a boot polish smear. These minute scars turn attempted invisibility into a marked path. Sometimes the strongest evidence is what's missing. In the wild, silence and absence can speak louder than footprints or broken branches. Morning dew wiped from leaves forms a fleeting trail, a ghostly silhouette of movement. The delicate pattern left behind can reveal the direction and even the speed of travel. An unbroken spider web means no one's passed. A broken one, especially if still vibrating, signals recent passage. Even the gentlest brush can disturb these natural tripwires. The height and freshness of the break reveal more: person, animal, or gear. Sometimes a single strand of fur or a thread of fabric can tell the story. Scent is the most primal clue. Sweat, soap, gun oil, or food linger in the air, especially in still, damp conditions. The forest holds on to these smells, making them last longer than you'd expect. A skilled tracker can detect these foreign smells from afar, distinguishing them from the earth and wild. Their senses are trained to notice what others overlook. These clues of absence are nearly impossible to avoid. Even the most careful step leaves a mark, however faint. You can't respin a web or erase your scent. Nature remembers every touch and every breath. Even the most careful enemy leaves a trace. Sometimes it's the smell of repellent or cigarettes that gives them away. In the end, the forest always tells its secrets to those who know how to listen. The footprint is the classic tracking sign, a detailed paragraph in the story of the unseen. A clear print in soft earth reveals tread patterns, sometimes even the specific unit or group. The depth and shape show weight, load and pace, flat prints for walking, deep toes for running. Stride length tells you if they're moving confidently or hesitantly, fresh or exhausted. Overlapping prints can be untangled to count numbers, direction, and formation. Every detail, dragged heel, rolling foot, adds to the profile. The ground becomes a page, and footprints are the words. The tracker reads not just who passed, but how and why. Tracking is as much psychological as it is physical, blending mind and body. The path chosen reveals intent, speed and efficiency, or caution and stealth, each step a clue. Hesitation is gold. Prints that circle or pause show doubt, a moment of vulnerability in the wild. The trail's purpose emerges: a forager's meandering, a scout's vantage points, or an evader's erratic path through the brush. Each tells the why behind the movement, revealing hidden motives. Great trackers get inside the quarry's head, predicting their next move by seeing the landscape through their eyes and instincts. The trail becomes a map of their mind and intentions. You're not just following footprints, you're following thought and unraveling a story. In tracking, there's no such thing as a perfect ghost. Everyone leaves a trace. Every step, every breath, every touch. The belief in invisibility is the ultimate vulnerability. The forest records everything. The challenge is learning to read it. Tracking is ancient, instinctual, a language we've nearly forgotten. To track is to see the world in a new dimension, to read the stories written all around us. It demands focus, patience, and humility before nature's complexity. A misplaced leaf, a broken web, each is a clue in the unfolding narrative. The trail always leads somewhere, to a person, their hopes, fears, and intentions. The real challenge isn't hiding, but seeing.